That's right, everybody. Welcome to this wonderful episode of All Gas, No Trash. My name's Josh. I'm here today with Adam.
Howdy.
And if you like all our shit, you can go to GameRageMagazine.com and you can see all of our other podcasts that we have that are on subjects other than just music. You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. And you can also follow us on Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag. And you can follow the namesake of the show, which is Adam's, on Instagram at All Gas No Trash Official and get the latest and greatest in musical informations. So what do you got for us today, good buddy?
All right, so we're going to be reviewing Terra Incognita from Blowhum. This is an artist I've been following since 2019. Actually, that's not true. I think I've been following them since 2018. And very early on in this artist's career, Colin Desha is the person's name. Really nice dude. He's actually from Hawaii, and I think he moved here when he was 18 years old to make his music known and, you know, to have a shot, I guess, because I guess it's understandable when you can think about how Hawaii itself, excuse me, I should be saying Hawaii. I think is the more
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I think it's
I don't know.
Hawaii.
Hawaii. I don't know. I'm probably saying it wrong, and I'm gonna get fucking yelled at. But whatever.
But you know, I don't know how well you can do in terms of music, being able to play it tour an album just on Hawaii. If that's enough, or having social media. So it's understandable why he would pick Los Angeles to the place to be in terms of playing shows and having a community of artists to work with and such. So that's a little bit of his background. So in 2019, when he had his debut album called Room to Breathe, he actually played a residency just before his album release show at this place that used to be called the Bootleg Theater on June 7th. So we're very close to when his debut album came out 5 years ago. And I went to 3 out of the 5 shows that he had at the Echo. I mean, I hung out with him after the shows. And I collected all the set lists from the shows because I thought his music was really great. So I kind of got to know him a little bit. He's a very big film enthusiast. He has a dog named Indy, I believe, who is named after the Indiana Jones character. He's a big fan of Stanley Kubrick.
Oh, man, that's dope.
And I remember giving him like comic books because I don't remember what he said specifically, but there was something that he said, and I was giving him like graphic novels of the Immortal Hulk series, which is a really shit, man. We might have to read that on fucking panel to panel because that's a fucking great book, dude.
All right,
it's 50 issues, but it's pretty.
Hey, whatever. After
it's pretty fucking decent. Yeah.
After House of X and Powers of X, we made.
I know. I think we got to do Daredevil because that's what
right, Daredevil. Yeah. All right.
So that'll be
after.
Yeah,
Daredevil.
that'll be after. Right. But so then he had his debut album show at the Bootleg Theater. It was a really cool show, and I can't remember all his band members' names, but there's one guy named Kaveen who's the bass player, but he plays like in a bevy of other plants. He plays in this band called Dream Phases. He also plays in this band called Kare, which is composed of Kaveen, the bass player of Blowhum, the drummer, I guess you could say ex-drummer of Blowhum, Jules Gaspieri. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but he's also like the producer of the Blowhum album. So Colin usually works with him. And the reason I bring that up, talking about the band Kare, is that Kaveen and Jules, they work together on that project. But yeah, that guy Kaveen just plays like in a bunch of bands, and he's very, very active as far as being a bass player and stuff. But he does other instruments and things. But so then the pandemic rolled around in 2020, everything shut down. And I remember Colin had this show in Joshua Tree or thereabouts in the desert area. And it was on this, I guess this dude is like a friend of his. And this guy has like a really big, like 1 acre property. and he just throws shows at this place. And I remember I went there to go see Colin play with, his band Low Hum. I got to hear the second album, Nonfiction, at that specific show. It was during the pandemic when people weren't supposed to be meeting up and shit. So it was a really interesting setting. And it was one of the few shows that I ended up seeing in 2020. So as we get closer to where we're at now in 2023, Colin and his band, the Low Hum Project, went on tour nationally. They played in Canada and they played in all over the United States. And at one point, I think it was either 2022 or 2023, this guy already had an album planned out, and it ended up getting scrapped because he got robbed. Like, all his equipment got robbed.
Damn.
All his fucking shit, all his hard drives with the music that he planned for an album.
Shit.
So this is like technically his fourth album, but the third one
disappeared.
Is gone.
Dude, man. I'd be so pissed.
I would have fucking quit as an artist if that ended up happening. If to have your shit stolen and then all the music that you worked on, that's fucked up.
That is, man. That sucks. You got to start from scratch?
Yeah. So that was a bit of a tragedy to hear. And that's like a story that's been happening pretty frequently. I've heard there was this band called Force, they're like a math rock band. And we played them here on the program.
Yeah, I remember them. The math rock, man. I thought crazy
math rock emo, whatever.
Yeah.
But they got robbed on their tour. So that's just something that happens, is that people, when they go on tour, I think there's people that are wise to, criminals or robbers are wise to what kind of vehicles touring artists drive.
Oh yeah, it's like a van or
and then they just see that and they fucking beam for that shit and take everything that's in it and give nothing back.
Yeah, true. Not to go on a tangent, but like that might be a decent investment, is if you're an artist and you figure out, okay, you got this van to carry all your shit in, maybe put some like lockers on the inside of the van that like you can't like rip out, and just fucking have everything locked up. And then that way people get in, it's like, oh, well, fuck, they can't take anything, Then you just transport it into the boxes or whatever you're taking it with. Like, I don't know. Fuck, man, that sucks, dude. That is brutal.
It is. It's such a major setback to have all these equipments that all this equipment that you have garnered over the years with your hard-earned dollars.
Yeah.
And then you're already not making money as an artist, and then to start from ground zero once more. But hey, man, those things end up demonstrating how resilient artists end up becoming, because they're probably at the lowest of lows, but they still find a reason to keep going and making their music and making things work.
Yeah.
And Colin picked up himself and got back to fucking making music and got new equipment, and now we're back at album number 3, technically album number 4. I don't really know what to expect in terms of this album. I'd say I was actually kind of hoping we could do something before we get to the album, is that we do a quick visit for the 2 albums that he's already done, which are Room to Breathe and Nonfiction. We just play 2 songs from each one, and then we'll get to the album, if that's not much of a problem.
No, whatever, I'm down.
All right, so I just want to hear what you think, because I wasn't particularly a big fan of Nonfiction, the album. And that's probably not nice to say, because I don't want to influence your opinion, but I kind of already technically did by saying that.
Yeah, whatever.
But let's go ahead and do that, and you can formulate your own opinion.
All right, so what was the song again?
Well, let's start with Room to Breathe, the 2019 album.
Oh, that album. Oh, all right. Room to Breathe. Okay.
So we'll start with I guess Strange Love, and then we'll do Room to Breathe, the
title track.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So this will be Strange Love by Low Hum off of the album Room to Breathe. And I should say, if you're new here, what we do, since we can't play the actual song, is we pause our recording so that it's going to be seamless for you from when we come back. But if you want to listen along with us, you can pause the podcast, go listen to the song, and then as soon as you hit play, after I say, oh, pause it now or whatever, it'll just be us talking about what you just listened to, because we're gonna listen to it as well. So all right, so that was what I say was this is Strange Love by Low Hum. I keep wanting to say Hum Low. I don't know why. Strange Love by Low Hum off of the album Room to Breathe. All right, that was Strange Love by Low Hum off of the album Room to Breathe. Right to Breathe.
So what are your first impressions of that? Well, at least for that song and your introduction to Low Hum.
That's pretty funky, man. Like that's got that like that. I don't know what that's called, but man, that's cool. Yeah, I enjoyed that song. I thought that was a pretty good song.
Yeah. So his music is somewhere in the realm of like psychedelic rock music.
That's the word.
And it has electronic elements as well. But man, now that I think about it, he was somebody I really wanted to interview 5 years ago, and we kept putting it off, or he kept telling me, he's like, oh yeah, I'll do it after this artist, after I'm like, because he was watching the opening bands and stuff, and he kept putting it off. So I never actually got to fucking interview him. But I wanted to ask him about Strange Love because, judging by the fact that he told me he was a Stanley Kubrick fan, I had to imagine that Strange Love was a nod to Dr. Strangelove and the I forgot the subtitle of the film, which is like How I Learned to Love the Atomic Bomb and Not Be Afraid.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the title of the song is a nod to that, but yeah, and I almost want to speculate because he has like this monolith in his album art, and the album art is really cool, by the way. He has this monolith with like an eye on it, and I imagine it's like an all-seeing eye, but there's also the ominous element of the monolith.
Yeah.
Like, like 2001 Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
But I think that thing ends up being consistent in his album art, with the exception of his current album, Terra Incognita. But since we're not exactly pressed for time, but let's go ahead and get to the next track. Let's do Room to Breathe, the titular track. Titular.
Booba. Yeah, it's the title track. Let's just call it that.
Title track, yeah.
Let's just call it that. Room to Breathe off of the album Room to Breathe by Low Hum. All right, that was Room to Breathe on Room to Breathe by Low Hum. I like that. That was a good song too, man. This is pretty good. I'm enjoying this so far.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this artist now. So.
Yeah. Well, so far. Wait till we get to nonfiction. I don't know why I hate it so much. I think it's because if I remember correctly, that album was less guitar driven and was much more on the electronic side, and it made things less interesting. So you had all these, it's not exactly monotone, but it was like droning sounds that all came together, and it made the fucking album really boring.
Damn.
Boring.
That sucks.
And I just didn't like it, but we're going to listen to it anyways, because we're going to come down low. We're going to go down to the valleys from the peaks that we heard from the debut album. We're going to come down, and maybe I'm already influencing your opinion, but you'll see. Maybe you'll make your own determination, and maybe you might have a contrasting opinion from me. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and revisit nonfiction, and we'll start with let's go with All I Know first, which is the second track on the album. If you're listening along with us, that's Nonfiction from Low Hum, and it is the second track, All I Know.
All right, that was All I Know off of Nonfiction, Hum Low.
Low Hum.
Fuck, I'm never going to get it right. I'm just going to call him Hum Low. Whatever, Low Hum. I thought that one was pretty good. I didn't have any issues with that. I thought that was kind of pretty all right.
It's too much on the droning side, and it just kind of it's just flat all the way through.
Yeah, that was the point. I don't know. That was cool. I enjoyed it. I like that song.
All right.
That was cool.
But I will say, amongst the songs that are featured on this album, I do probably think it's one of the better songs, and I do like the lyrics, because in the first verses, he's talking about, I think he's talking about his career as an artist because the lines are, I'd be lying if I said this is how I pictured it, talking probably about how hard it is to do the shit. And then the soul-sucking Walking Dead, probably being in a community of artists, they're all vying for the same fucking thing that they're probably dead inside because of how much they've done this without the accolades, the recognition, all that shit. Searching for another hit. I mean, it ain't fucking.
That's no lie in that. You know,
I mean, shit. One of our favorite songs of this year was from Hammock with "Want to Be a Billboard #1," which talks specifically about that. But shit, man. Well, now that you mentioned the indie, well, yeah, go ahead if you want to say it. Yeah,
this. I don't know if maybe this is part influencing why I think this is fucking cool as shit. Is this fucking GIF or whatever that's the album cover on iTunes or whatever? The music goes perfectly in time with like the fucking GIF. I don't know if that was made just for this song or if that's all of these songs kind of flow with that thing. And was that the intention? Because if so, that's fucking cool as shit. And I'm going to steal that. So
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this was a thing because on the Spotify app that it's a picture. So how, like, is this exclusive to him?
I've never seen this before.
I've never seen this.
Of all the fucking albums we've listened to on here, they've all been through iTunes basically, and I've never seen this. Any album I've ever seen on here is just a static image.
Okay.
This is moving. It's moving, right? I'm not losing my mind.
Like, no, I've seen it. I've seen it too.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. So that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
I swear to God,
no, it's moving. It's moving. Yeah, it's moving. It's moving. Yeah.
All right, well, that's fucking cool as shit. Is there another song on this one you wanted to listen to?
Yeah, so we're gonna listen to.
Let's test the theory to see if it flows.
Well, we're gonna listen to "Escape." I think is track 6.
All right, yeah. All right, so this is "Escape" off of Nonfiction by Low Hum. God damn it! I say his name right.
hate. Okay, I don't. I'm gonna say this and
this. All
right. One of the pitfalls of listening to Low Hum is that Colin takes as long as he needs to. The songs are longer than 4 minutes, which is atypical of what you would expect from most music, is that it's somewhere between 4 minutes and 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Usually. But he's really asking a lot of you. I'm not saying that to be an asshole, but it really is a lot to ask of somebody to sit around for 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah, they are long fucking songs.
Yeah.
This would be akin more to an experience, I would imagine, listening to it. It's not just music. This is an artistic experience that you're having while you listen to this.
Right.
So, especially with that fucking that is so fucking cool, man. God damn it, I'm so mad I didn't think of that. Shit. All right. Well, anyways, let's listen to the song. Here we go. All right. So that was "Escape" by Low Hum. Man, the song was a little long. A little long-winded, I guess. Long in the tooth, as they say.
Yeah, this was, I think, why I hated the album, because it was drawn out in this way. It's drawn out, unnecessarily long. And I remember why I hate this song. Because, one, the lyrics, which I think is alluding to Los Angeles, which is quite obvious, right?
Right, yeah.
He's an artist that is residing in Los Angeles. But I don't like what he's saying.
Because he's talking shit?
Yeah, because it's like, I need to retreat from this place that I'm living in because it's too much at this point. It's the fog, it's the smog, it's the hustle and bustle of the city. And also, I'm living here as an artist, trying to make it. Like, I just need to get away, retreat to possibly my hometown or.
Where's he from?
He's from Hawaii.
Like, where in Hawaii? Like a small ass town or like?
I couldn't tell you.
I mean, listen, LA is not for everybody.
It isn't,
you know.
But you're complaining about something you made a choice on.
Yeah, he made the wrong choice and he's bitching about it.
Yeah,
you know?
he's like, fuck. And you have every right on the album, but I also have the I have the right to shit on it as well.
Oh, indeed you do.
Yeah. So
I mean, yeah. Listen, that song was all right, but it just wasn't. Yeah, the other 3 that I've listened to were better. This was, man, it was all right.
It just it just doesn't hit. So now we're fucking at the album. And
yeah, 20
I
minutes.
really don't know what the fuck to expect from this because
All right.
now we just came down from fucking nonfiction, and I'm not looking too optimistic for what I don't know what to expect. Honestly.
I will say this: the complaint about the long-windedness, right? It seems as though he may have taken some constructive criticism because there's no 5-minute songs on this fucking album.
Okay.
They're all sub like 4. Well, the longest one I think is 4 minutes and 34 seconds, but everything's mostly under 4 minutes. There's 3 songs that are over 4 minutes, but other than that, everything's under 4 minutes. So I think he might have, maybe he took some honest criticism or some constructive criticism and said, "Hey guys, I'm going to tone it down. I hear you. I'll get to the point a little bit quicker." I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, please do.
So yeah. Is there anything you want to say to introduce this or?
No, it's Terra Incognita. It's the 3rd album from Low Hum. I really don't know what the fuck to expect. I don't know
what. So you have listened to none of this.
No, I haven't listened to any of this shit.
What day did this come out? Recently?
It literally came out like yesterday.
Fuck! This is hot off the press. Okay, so this will be Terra Incognita. Go find it on your little iTunes because that's where we're listening to it on,
or Spotify,
or whatever the fuck you want to listen to it on. Low Hum's the artist, and this is going to be the first song. Meet Me in the Sky. All right, that was Meet Me in the Sky. Terra Incognita. Low Hum. Not Hum Low. What'd you think of that as the opening track? Oh, me? You want to know what I thought? I don't know. It was all right. It wasn't. I don't think it was the strongest way to start off from what I've heard in the past. But I don't know how he started off the other albums because I haven't listened to all of that. So I just felt this didn't hook me in right away,
Yeah. I think I give it a little bit more of a nod. I think it is a pretty decent track I think it's definitely a step up from what nonfiction was. We do see more guitar work dispersed in between.
Yeah. And
I think the syncopation of the beat, it's got a little bit of it's not break beats, but it's the syncopation. It kind of makes the song a little bit more interesting. And as far as the lyrical content, I'm starting to realize that Colin's a bit of a nihilist, dude.
It definitely seems like that.
I'm like, dude, I mean, life's not that bad, man. I know it's shitty, but it seems like he's revisiting this theme of escaping and getting away from humanity and being above it and getting away. And
it's like, hey, come meet me in the sky because I'm fucking off. Fuck this place. If you guys want to hang out, I'll be up here above all the bullshit, the fucking everything, hanging out,
Yeah, so man.
I hope that's not the theme of the album.
No, please don't do this. Please don't do this, dude. Please don't do this for 10 more songs. I'm being serious.
Here's the problem. It's already too late if he did because it's already out.
Well, yeah, of course, but if it ends up being that, I'm going to be very disappointed. This is going to get a very low score.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest.
It might.
We'll see. It's like that movie with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga when fucking what's that dude's name? Sam.
The old guy,
Sam Elliott?
The old man, yeah, Sam Elliott, yeah.
When he's talking about how artists, they have a voice, right? Or they can play in a chord, right?
Yeah, okay.
And it's talking about their career,
right?
That they have so many songs in them, but eventually they will come back around and repeat the same shit. And I feel like I'm starting to find out that Colin is reaching his ceiling, and we're revisiting the same shit. We have 10 songs to convince me otherwise, but we might be finding the ceiling of fucking Colin. I'm sorry, dude.
Hey, you know what? That's a very interesting point, though, because as we sit here and we analyze shit, I mean, this artist more than me, obviously, because that's the first shit I've heard from him, those first songs we listened to. So I can't really maybe speak as eloquently as you about it, but that point is valid of what you're saying. Sometimes people just hit their ceiling and then the shit just repeats. It's just the same shit over and over again. I mean, really, you could say that's probably true for a lot of fucking artists that are very popular nowadays. They just got popular when their shit wasn't, before they reached the ceiling,
Yeah, but I mean, dude, from going from this to, I mean, to go from Brain Story to this, Brain Story, I think, has touched on a lot of things, like the subject matters within their lyrics. I feel like they've dabbled in a little bit of everything, and sometimes it's a little bit more existential and introspective.
Yeah,
like maybe they're a little bit heavy-handed on that, but they do touch on other things, and I feel like we're revisiting the same themes again with on the first track, dude. Already on the first track, man. And
maybe he's just getting out of the way. Maybe he's like, listen, this is like my shtick. I'm just gonna get it out of the way before I try anything new.
All right. But instrumentally, I will say I do think it's interesting. I will give credit for that. I do enjoy the guitar work. So there is light in that matter. So
yeah,
it wasn't me completely shitting on the song. I did enjoy it, but I do think you're revisiting things that you've already done. So
yeah, I mean, this is one of the most popular songs on this album. There's 3 of them.
Okay.
This one, and then now this new one, this next one, track number 2, Dead Weight. That's also one of the little highlighted tracks on here. So Dead Weight also sounds possibly nihilistic. I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. Here we go. All right, so this is Dead Weight on Terra Incognita by Low Hum. All right, that was Dead Weight, Low Hum. Now your turn. What did you think of this second song going in?
I'm sorry, dude. You fucking peaked, man. This album might as well have been stolen, and I still wouldn't have given a shit. This might end up being one of the lowest rated albums that we've reviewed, and I don't know. I mean, the only thing I could say that was really interesting was the washed out electronic sound, like the panned. It sounds like waves washing ashore. I really enjoyed that. Cool. Like the sound of the album is good, but it's the same shit. It's the same drawn out long notes, and we're getting the life is stacking up against me, but I'm gonna find a way to cut through. I've heard that theme numerous times in music. I just want something different, dude. I don't know what else to add besides that this hasn't changed my opinion.
Fair enough. I mean, I agree too. This was kind of the same shit. I didn't really care for the fucking music on this one. Like the actual, obviously the lyrics were, just whatever, but the actual musical track was just, I don't know, you
didn't like the little triplet beats?
Nah, and I felt like it was, I don't know, it was like a weird slowness to it. And I just didn't like it. It didn't hit for me. But I mean, maybe he turns it around on the track number 3. I don't know.
No, I think we're really setting ourselves up for another 9 songs of pain, dude.
Well, shit. Well, shit. No, there's 10 tracks on this. Oh yeah,
it's 10 tracks or 11?
No, it's 10. Well, according to this, there's 10. Let me see. Hold on,
because I see 11 songs on this album.
Oh my god! Nope, there's only 10 on here.
Oh, okay, thank God. oh my god. Let's just get through this because
let's just do it. Okay, next song, Sultry.
Oh my god. Here we go.
All right, that was Sultry. Terra Incognita, Low Hum. Personally, I like that song much better. That song was pretty good, if you ask me. I don't know about you, but it was not bleak and dark. It was not slow as fuck. It was fast. It had caught my eye or my ear, or whatever you want to call it. That song slapped compared to the other 2.
Yes, that was definitely a step up when the bar was already fucking low.
I mean, that's true, it was.
But that was, to this point, the best track we've heard.
Sorry, I don't mean to never go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I don't know why those first 2 songs are like the ones that are favorited by most people. Those songs suck. They're garbage. This song should be the one that's highlighted in that. Maybe people are just stupid. I don't know.
I think with the lyrics itself, my speculation is that it could be about depression itself. That it's always it's presented as like this horror related thing where, I mean, like Mike Myers, it's always in the corner of your eye.
Yeah,
you bury it, you put it in all these different places. I'm like, all right, cool. Like we got something a little bit different. The song was melancholic. A little bit, I mean, it was dark on the dark side, but it wasn't nihilism. It was, I got this thing that I'm dealing with, and it's like a monster chasing me. And I really love the solo, and even like the little electronic, the booty booty.
Yeah, that was
booty. Cool. And I do like the heavy distorted guitar kind of in the midst of the song. Provides for some good. It sets a good baseline for the song and everything.
Yeah,
but and the pacing of the song, like the beats per minute or whatever, it had a nice pace to it, and it's definitely a step up from the long drawn out songs that we've already heard. So I'm hoping we get it doesn't have to be exactly like this, but it does feel like a bit of a turnaround.
Yeah, and maybe this is this is just a theory, right? Obviously at this point, because we've only listened to 3 songs, but I have a feeling potentially in terms of storytelling, right? And obviously I'm probably just connecting dots here that don't exist, but Meet Me in the Sky, that last album that got lost, it's dead, right? Dead weight. That's exactly it. He's shedding the past. Now, sultry, sexy. It's fucking in the corner, right? It's enticing. This is the new shit. This is now, he spent 2 songs fucking whining about the past, essentially. And maybe these were 2 songs that were like the ones he tried to remember off the album. And he's like, fuck, I'll do these 2 and then we'll fucking go with 8. We'll go with 8 new shits. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm hoping that that's maybe the trend here.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
I mean,
we'll see.
We'll see what got to give is got to give. What?
We'll see what got to give has to give. Okay. Anyways, so this has got to give. Track number 4. All right. That was Got to Give. Wait, was that Got to Give? Or no, that was Hints. Wait, what the fuck song was that? Oh. Did we skip one?
Did we?
Hold on a second. Let me pause this to verify. All right, no, iTunes is just stupid. So no, that was fucking Got to Give. Oh fuck. So, all right, well, it's your turn to go first. Go ahead.
I didn't really care for this song. There wasn't much interest. Okay, the only comparison I can make is that it kind of has the feel of a song from Radiohead, like the In Rainbows album that came out in 2007. It feels like it could have fit in that album. So it is cool in that way, but I just didn't care for the fucking lyrics. I don't know what they mean. I don't know if they're talking about a specific person, maybe his wife, or if it is about depression, or maybe it's the muse of music itself that he's trying to tap into that. I can't really say, but the song isn't presented to be interesting, and I'm just struggling to find reasons to keep listening, but we're gonna do it because that is our obligation for this album review, is to sit here and listen to an album in its entirety, which is something that most people don't even give artists a chance to present themselves in a full capacity, right?
Yeah,
and it's very hard, dude. It's hard getting through this album.
It's very hard getting through this album. You're right. And I mean, like I said, that one track 3 was good, but then it turned right back to dog shit again. And yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I agree with that. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Could be depression, could be a lady, could be a fuck, I don't know, like you said, the muse. Who the fuck knows? Either way, I'm not liking the fucking slowness of this. It's too slow. You're too slow, man. I just can't right now. What? And why? Why pop 2 songs to start with that are slow as shit, and then hit me at track 3 with like a fast kind of more upbeat song,
a fucking banger? Yeah,
and then bring me right back down to fucking dog shit slow again. I don't like that. I don't get the mentality behind it. And again, they ain't making their art for us, right? They're not people making it for the people who don't get it. They're making it for the people who do. So I'm just in the fucking.
I guess I'm in the camp. I guess we're get it. Yeah, we're in the fucking camp that doesn't understand what's going on. But I don't know, man. Brain Story just. I know I'm bringing them up again, but they just they're far better at presenting their ideas, even when they're being cryptic.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I don't like the fact that song was 4.5 fucking minutes long, and there was like 9 words. Like, oh, I mean, I'm
The
being
pace of
facetious,
it
but-
was like a word every 6 miles.
yeah, and you're like, just what the fuck, man? How is this lyric sheet like a paragraph? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here. It's like a sentence and a half that we just. Oh, anyways, all right.
All right, we're at the halfway point. Track 5. Fuck me in the ass. This is a struggle to get through. So let's see if Hints shows any type of promise. But oh god, just hit me, dude. Fucking hit me with the next song.
All right, that was Hints by Low Hum. And that song didn't give me any hints as to what the fuck it was actually about. It seemed like that was a random assortment of sentences that were just put together in a string, almost. I don't know what the fuck that song was about. I'm trying to like think about like really what is the meaning of this song.
I think it's about self-actualization.
Maybe.
To come to your senses about your own identity of who you are, and I guess being unapologetic about it. And can I see the lyrics again?
Oh yeah, here, I'll pull them up real quick. Let's see. This one, info, lyrics.
Hints at the bottom one. Yeah, I don't. At least this one gives off the notion that there is some type of optimism, that there is that life is starting to click for him, or things are making sense for him. And I guess this is a point to be added in favor of the song, that this is the first time I've heard this a song from Low Hum where it wasn't exactly all a cappella where it's just vocals, but this is the first time it's been stripped down to just the synthesizers and then just his vocals. So at least he gave us something different in terms of the sound, because that's something he hasn't done. I don't think he's done. I mean, I'm having a vague idea of what the entirety of Nonfiction, the album and the songs in it, but I don't know. This is the first time I've heard it stripped down so much in my recent memory. But I did like the twinkly bits, and especially when I'm calling it twinkly bits because I don't know what the instrument was to make the
Twinkly sounds,
the crystal, like the crystal like sounds, and then to have when did it all become so crystal clear, and then having it happen in an audio sense. I thought that was at least cool. I think the song itself was just all right, but I think it's the second best track that we've heard amongst the 5 songs, and it's a far degree of separation between Sultry and this. Like, it's a wide margin.
Yeah. I think I could agree. I mean, the musical part itself was interesting for sure. Like the stuff you were saying, there. I just didn't care for the fucking whatever the theme of the song was. I didn't get it. So you win some, you lose some, I guess. But yeah, this definitely wasn't a banger.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, here we go. Let's get to the next one. Only If You Say So. All right, that was Only If You Say So. What'd you think about that one?
Okay. In terms of the pecking order, I think this track falls in second place, and it's a little bit closer to where Sultry's at, but there's still a gap in it.
Yeah. It's not as good as Sultry. Yeah, for sure.
As far as the lyrics go, I got the idea that it was about having a friend in your life, whatever the circumstance was. Well, it seems like you're in dire straits, right? And that this one person that you said you'd call upon to come in and help you, well, now the day has come.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the bulk of what I understood from the song. As far as like the instrumentals go, there was a part where there was a drum fill, and then it went. It felt like a black hole, like it went in and then it pulled right back out.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to describe that in terms of sound, but it zoomed in and then it zoomed out.
Yeah, it was cool.
Right after the drum fill, and that was probably like one of the more interesting bits of the song. And then the electronic noises, the whoop whoop, it sounded like a laser gun. Like you're warming up the shot.
Oh, yeah.
The whoop, like you know when the Death Star, when it's starting to warm up.
That wobble.
Yeah. The electronic bits of the song I thought were really interesting, and they were kind of there was quite a bit of variety going on. There was like really jagged, harsh white noise type of sounds, and then we had the warning shot, or not the warning shot, but the warming up of a laser gun or whatever the fuck it was. But I mean, that's the only way I could describe it. But I think this is one of the better tracks of the album.
Yeah.
Second place for me right now.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, this song would have been better than Sultry if it was truncated. If all that weird shit in the middle after the lyrics were done for like a minute that was just doing all that weird shit, if that was cut out, this song would be better than fucking Sultry 100%. But that kind of docked it. But it's definitely the second best song on here for sure. So, and I agree with with the other stuff, so I won't even bother to repeat it. But yeah, that's what I got out of it. So, all right, let's go to the next one.
Next track, please.
Waiting for the Wrong Time. Here we go. Oh, shit, I'm still recording. Wait. All right, that was Waiting for the Wrong Time off of Terra Incognita. Now, that song was okay. It was about some kind of a relationship, you know.
It could be a little bit more than that too, but yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, no, I felt like wait, let me pull the lyrics back up because I fucking fucked off and accidentally closed them. You know, it's like talking about, oh man, that whole thing about writing all these things out, like texting and then not hitting send, you know, and it's like, oh, I'm waiting for the wrong time because like I always do shit at the wrong time, so it's like, oh, no, this was the right time. I'm just waiting for the wrong time to send this shit, or you know, something like that. Basically like saying, oh no, I'm deleting it, starting over, you know, doing all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm not seeing where it goes maybe deeper than that, but I feel like it's just, I mean, he could be talking about someone not a relationship, but this is like things of that nature, I guess. What I feel like.
I guess the only thing that I could say why I felt it was a little bit deeper is that much like when you make mistakes in life that you think that it's you're doing the wrong thing at the wrong time.
Oh yeah, could be.
But ultimately all the experience you have lead to a good outcome eventually, because you take all those experiences and turn it into, you know, a little bit of wisdom or perspective. Yeah. And that was the only reason I thought maybe it could be a little bit more than just about talking about a past relationship and things not going right, and then reminiscing about those things, and then flipping that perspective and thinking, no, I didn't lose the experiences. Like that's all wisdom I could take with me in the future. And it's all good. It's all good in the end. Like, because I'm going to come out better. I'm going to come out as a better person for this anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. But yeah, that was, I don't know if that was better than the last song, but this is definitely like 2 or 3 potentially.
I
maybe
think
3.
It might.
This goes.
I'm somewhere along the same way. I think it's 2 or 3, and it might be 3.
But it's close to 2. Like it's real close.
This is probably one of the least low hum-esque songs I've heard. It deviates from what we've come to know from low hum. So just by the element of surprise, I'm giving the song bonus points. And I really enjoyed the rhythm guitar and I think it's called staccato beats. It's like a stuttered beat. Even the guitar had that type of rhythm and stuff, but I really enjoyed the guitar tones from the rhythm and lead guitar. And then towards the end of the song, I think there was like a bass element, like a bass synth or whatever the fuck it was. And then it started getting wobbly and it started panning like left and right. So I thought that was kind of cool. I did enjoy the song. It's somewhere between 2 and 3 for me.
Yeah. I think we're on the same page on that one. All right. So the next track is Blinders.
Or we're already at 8?
Yeah, this is track number 8. So Blinders, track number 8, Terra Incognita, low hum. All right, that was Blinders. And what you think about that one?
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Why is that?
Because it's talking about tuning out people and they're so it's on the meta side, because this is exactly what we're fucking doing. And I don't know if it's a mantra, it's a song about a mantra he says to himself to keep himself going, but that's kind of the bulk of the lyrics, is that you need to give yourself tunnel vision, keep away from all the criticisms and whatever you're passionate about. Just follow your dreams. And I do appreciate the fact that this song is on the optimistic side. It feels a little too close to what we've already heard from the previous song. It just seems like the BPMs were slowed down just a tad. So I don't want to say it's indistinguishable from the previous song, but it does feel very close to what it sounded like. They almost sound pretty close to each other.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, he's not wrong about just fuck all the haters and just put your blinders on, put your head down, do the work. I mean, we definitely agree with that here. I mean, we do that. So yeah, it is funny that we're sitting here talking shit about it, and then it's like, he's like, nah, fuck everybody, just do what you want. Don't care what anybody thinks. I'm just gonna do what I want to do. Which, good for him. Do what you want to do, right? Don't give a fuck about what we say. Keep doing your shit. I mean, it ain't for us. This album ain't for me. Like, hey, that's cool. All good. But yeah, this is probably number 4 for sure. This is definitely this taking the number 4 slot.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, not bad. It was a song that was on a scale of either enjoyable or not enjoyable. Enjoyed it.
It was a meh.
It was a meh, but I didn't hate it. I did not like it.
I didn't hate it.
Didn't hate it. So yeah. I'll count that as a win in the win column for this album.
Yes.
So 4 so far out of the 8 we've heard, half have been good. So or enjoyable, I should say, to me.
Right.
So let's go ahead.
Let's work our way to the last 2 songs and see what we come up
here.
with.
This one's Walking Sideways, and in parentheses, Honest Room. I don't know how I feel about
you
this.
Fucking lost me already. You already lost me, dude.
I can't. Fuck. I don't want to go in. I don't want to go into this song with a negative connotation, but I already do. I don't get it. I don't.
It's like spaghetti. Yeah. Elmo's arm.
All right, Walking Sideways. I'm not even going to say the second part. Walking Sideways. Here we go. All right, that was Walking Sideways, Honest Room. Do you want to go first?
I could tell by your tone you didn't fucking...
No.
You were not sold on that.
I was not.
You were not buying the Kool-Aid.
I'm not buying what he's selling. I'm not picking up what he's putting down.
This is like the third song that sounds nearly identical to the... I mean, of course, they're distinguishable from one another, but... Too similar to one another, and this song is like literally Safe Space, the song.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go feel my feelings in my safe space.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'll be in the honest room. Now, here's the other thing that I didn't fucking understand about this song. You called it Walking Sideways and then parentheses Honest Room. Why the fuck wouldn't you just call it Honest Room? You said it like 1,000 times. Why do you need to have that Walking Sideways in there?
Maybe it was a juxtaposition thing to talk about you're staying in one place in this designated place, and then you're contrasting that with the lostness or whatever brain. Did you say brain fog in the song?
Yeah, he said that at some point.
Yeah, so you're kind of in this nebulous space, right? Getting lost and walking in oblique manner, as he mentioned, and then you take all that and you go back to this reserved space that you can sort out your feelings and shit. I feel like it's some kind of juxtaposition thing.
Yep. I also hate, as I said, this is formulaic now. Every song is 2/3 song, and then you get this like minute to 90 seconds of just instrumental and nothing else. And it's not even enough instrumental to keep me like going, right? And then it's the end of the song. That's the formula here.
It's overstaying its welcome.
Yeah. I think if you cut that fucking shit out, or at least shit, you don't have to cut it out all the way, but make it 20 to 30 seconds. And then, I don't know, maybe my opinion would change. Also, I'll give this song one thing that I thought it was kind of cool. The opening line was Walking Sideways, and then it became Running Obliquely, which was like the progression of, from going from walking to running, right? Like, and to me, like the walking sideways is like you're kind of staying on the same path, but then obliquely means you're moving forward. It's not as fast as moving in a straight line, but you're still kind of, you're halfway between going forward and going sideways. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing, but it wasn't enough to save the song.
Yeah, it's like getting a concussion. It's like when you're walking, you kind of walk, or when you're drunk, like you're,
Oh yeah,
you kind of walk obliquely. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
I get that. Yeah, I get that. What you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, that was cool, but like like I said, it wasn't enough to save the song for me. It's pissing me off.
No, so this song is probably in the back end of the back half of the
pack.
Who cares about the 5 songs that don't matter?
I mean,
if you want to if you want to do a pecking order on that, fucking by all means go ahead. But this is not one of the bangers, and we're reaching the last song. So,
all right, so this is Your Love, the final song off the album. Fucking here we go. All right, that was the final track off of Terra Incognita by Low Hum, and that song was Your Love. So, final song of the album. That one was different formulaically. It didn't have that huge fucking kind of, I don't know. I didn't feel like it was as bad, at least, as the rest of them. This one, fuck, man, I don't know where this one's gonna fall. But
it's at the bottom of the top 5.
Well, I really think I just need. I'm gonna, for my sake, I think I'm just deleting, and it's just top 4. This is now 4, and then I'm whatever the song was there is just fuck it. It's gone. This top 4, right? There was only 4 songs that I liked off of this album. So, anyways, your thoughts about this song?
I thought the song was pretty all right. And when I say pretty all right, it was like a 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I did like the little hook at the part of the chorus, the like that shit was interesting. This is probably another side of the stripped down version, because we had the electronic, the more electronic sounds in the I forgot what song it was, but this one was leading with the acoustic guitar, and then we had like the echoey reverberated vocals, as if he was singing in a room that had, you know, high ceilings or whatever.
Right.
And I thought that was interesting. And then we got and then the well, it wasn't exactly heavy guitars, but we got the distorted guitars towards the end. And I don't know, it was just a nice change of pace from everything else we've heard. And I think out of all the tracks, and as far as like the curation goes, like the song list, I think this was definitely a great song to end on.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think that was a good choice to end with this song. This is the last thing. Well, fuck, nobody listens to the whole album anymore. But I mean, if you do listen to the whole album, this was a good way to end it, because it left a positive taste in your mouth. Right?
Yeah.
It kind of, I mean, I still have the bad taste there, but it's, you know, it's this was a little, all right. It ended finally, and now this was an okay way to end.
Yeah, and you're being centered by the person that you love, that they ground you in reality, and that in order to keep going in this life, that you have this person in your life to allow you to keep living and to share this experience and all that stuff. So it's not something, I mean, I've heard this theme 1,000 times over, so it's not offering anything new, but it's done in the style of Lil Hum. So for however you want to take that, it is in the top 5 for me, but it's at the bottom, I think.
Yeah, so it's 5. Yeah, so I'm putting this at 4, and I'm deleting. I really only like 4 songs off of this album. So do you have a score in your head about what the score is?
Yes, but I'd rather write it down.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we'll write it down. I just want to know if you had a score. We'll show each other.
Yeah.
We will write it down. Get the music. What is that? The Jeopardy, not Jeopardy. The fucking Jeopardy. No, is it Jeopardy? Yeah, the Jeopardy side.
Yeah.
So this score that I'm giving it, and I'm really trying to be fair. I'm trying to be objective. I'm trying to not let any other thing influence this decision. And it was a very pragmatic and calculated decision. And I think this is the most fair. It's fair. I think it's a fair assessment of the album. And so here we go. Ready? We're gonna show each other. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, okay. You gave it a 5.
I gave it a little bit more, yeah.
Well, I gave it a 4 because there were 10 tracks. I liked 4 of them. I felt like that was fair. That was a fair gesture. 5, I felt that's where I was leaning, but then this last song, I'm like, okay, you know what? That song that was number 4 and 5 were basically feeling like the same song. Fuck it, delete it. No, this one takes number 4. Mm-hmm. There's 4 songs that are good off of this album mm-hmm. that were okay, that were good, they were enjoyable. So 4 out of 10 is what I'm giving it. Adams give it a 5 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 5 out of 10 because there were elements of there were things that Colin tapped into that he hadn't before in previous albums that I'm giving credit for. So I'm giving bonus points for that.
Yeah. I wouldn't know about that, so I can't give points for that.
And I feel like a 5 is a fair score because half the album was good. And good, I say marginally good. And at least he tried something different on a few of the tracks. And that's enough for me. At least he attempted to stretch his creative abilities sonically and lyrically and even sonically, I suppose. So as harsh as we were in the midst of listening, I think we gave a fucking fair score, and we actually listened to the whole album. So
true. I think it's a fair shake. It's not. Listen, when you listen to the whole goddamn thing, you're not going to get the rosy potentially situation that you want to hear, because if there are weak points in the album, it's going to come out. And yeah, if you have one good song on an album, oh man, you're best seller. So all you gotta do is just get one, right? So it's not to say that this can't do well for him. I mean, I don't know. I am personally not a fan of this artist. You know, this is the first time hearing of them.
And it'll be your last time too.
Yes, and it will be my last time. I will not listen to any more Low Hum now, and I'll never listen to Low Hum again. Now that it's not for me, right?
I'm getting there.
I was about to say, for you as a person who enjoyed their stuff before, what does this do to you with this release? Do you give them a chance?
No,
after
this is it. This is
done.
It's done, dude. I gave the 3 album test. Room to Breathe was an incredible debut album, and it was only preceded by crap, and now I got more crap.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, man, but you're kind of reaching the end of your ropes, and I almost want to say stop making music. Unfortunately, like, I really don't see how this can be approved upon on the 4th. You already kind of showed us lyrically that you're kind of revisiting the same themes a majority of and a majority of the time you end up outstaying your welcome with how drawn out songs are when the songs are like 4.5 minutes long. And I was willing to give a pass to you when it came to the debut album because the songs were fucking great. And then now with Nonfiction and this, like, I'm having a hard time justifying like listening to anything else beyond this album. And like this might be the end of the line for me, dude.
That's a pretty bold statement. But like you said, the 3 album test. If you can't get 2 out of 3, then it's not for me. That's pretty. That should be a shirt. Can't get 2 out of 3, it's not for me. And that's fair. I think that's fair. And again, this isn't to say that it's not for everybody. I'm sure there's people that love this shit. Obviously, he's still doing it, so there's people that love this. So good on them. And I agree with some of the sentiments of the songs of keep on going, fuck the haters, do what you got to do. Just because we didn't like it doesn't mean you should quit.
Yeah, I mean, fucking disregard everything we said, but if anything, I mean, use this as fuel for the fire to make better songs and
add
shit.
Add us to your receipts list.
Yeah, please, by all means, fucking do.
Please do, because you're on ours, and we're gonna cross you off real quick, buddy. No,
yeah.
I just felt like being inflammatory for some reason.
I don't give a fuck anymore, dude. I'm really like mentally checked out from this project. Like I really am. And I'm being genuine at this point. I'm being serious, which sucks because it's like, this is a 5-year investment that I've spent listening to this artist thinking you only hope that things get better with time, right?
Yeah, true.
As a person with music,
Yeah.
that I really don't know how else to justify this. So this might be the end of me checking out low hum in the future, and this is the end of the line for me, man. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, all right. Well said. Well said. I agree. No more low hum for me, man. But anyways, yeah, we did it. It's good. Fuck it. Get out of it. All right. You have anything else to add at the end of this?
No, that was it.
All right. Sweet. So anyways, if you enjoyed our shit, go to GameRageMagazine.com. You can hear all of our podcasts. If you want to follow us on the Instagram or the TikTok, it's at Game Rage Magazine. If you want to follow us on Instagram, or no, I'm sorry, Twitter/X, it's at Game Rage Mag. And if you want to follow Adam for all of the musical news, definitely no low hum, that's for sure, at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram. And you can see all that good shit there. Anyways, I mean, this was terrible, but hey, I mean, at least I had fun, hanging out with you and, doing this. I guess we did work. That's the bottom line.
The most painful part of this is that this is the worst part of our day.
Yeah, this really is.
We're coming off a real high from reaching 1,000 or getting close to 1,000 streams as far as our podcasts go. And, well, it's only up from here at this point.
Yep, that's true. We you can't get lower than this. This is it. So anyways, all right. Well, thanks for listening. We'll catch you guys on the next one.